Hello students, in this class we are going to see about what is evaporation. In evaporation, if you are taking bath after the towel is wet, okay, now if you are put the towel in outside, the towel dries up. That is because of evaporation. Or example, if you are sprinkling the water in a room, the floor dries up immediately because of evaporation. Okay, so what is evaporation? The evaporation changes liquid to vapor. The change of state from liquid to vapor at all temperature from the surface of liquid is called evaporation. So don't confuse with boiling. Okay, the important point is the change of state from liquid to vapor at all temperature below its boiling point only from the surface of liquid is called evaporation. These are important points. Okay, the change of state from liquid to vapor at all temperature from the surface of liquid is called evaporation. So the evaporation happen only below the boiling point. Okay, these are the important points in evaporation. Take place at all temperature below the boiling point. It is a slow and continuous process. It takes place only at the surface. It causes cooling effect. We will discuss afterwards. Okay, these are important points in evaporation. Now we go with what are the factors affecting the rate of evaporation. There are 5 factors there. First one is nature of liquid. Depending upon the nature of liquid, the evaporation is fast or slow. Here, some of the liquids, the evaporation is very fast. As you know that the nail polish remover. Okay, if you are pour the nail polish remover, immediately it is evaporated, isn't it? And nowadays we are using sanitizer, isn't it? After applying the sanitizer, it is evaporate very easily, isn't it? Because the alcohol is present in sanitizer. Okay, so these are the example of fast evaporation liquid: spirit, alcohol, ether, petrol. So those who are evaporation is very fast. These liquids are called volatile liquids. Okay, these are the example of liquids. They have a very slow evaporation: glycerin, vegetable oil. Okay, so how do you know that it is evaporation happen or not? Just to take a bowl. Fill the bowl up to the brim with water and keep it near our window. Okay, so now measure the level of the water. Okay, after 1 week, go and measure the level of the water. The water level is decreasing gradually. That means the water or liquid changes into water vapor. That is called evaporation. And next one is temperature. Okay, as the temperature increases, the evaporation also increases. So that's why the evaporation is very faster in hot summer than in cold winter. Okay. Next, surface area. If surface area increases, evaporation also increases. Okay. For that, this is also same example. Take one bowl with a large surface area. Take other bowl with a narrow surface area. Okay. So level the water level, measure the water level, and we want to fill the water up to the brim. Okay, keep it in the window, near the window without disturbing. Go and check the water level. So the water level is decreases very fast in this bowl than in narrow neck bowl. Okay, or otherwise take a towel, wet the towel, and first one you can put the towel in outside with a spreaded way. Okay, you are increasing the surface area, so it is dries up very fast. If you are not increasing the surface area, you are putting the towel as together, then it will take longer time to dries up. So the surface area increases, the evaporation also increases. That's why the volatile liquids are stored only in a narrow neck container, because narrow neck means we are decreasing the surface area, so the evaporation also decreases. Next we go with flow of air or wind speed. If wind speed increases, the evaporation also increases. This is best example in the morning if you are very hurry up for school. So if your mother is giving some food that is very hot, so what you are doing? You are go and stand below the fan, isn't it? You are on the switch of fan and we are standing below the fan to cool it very fast, isn't it? So as the air circulation increases, the liquid easily changes into vapor immediately. So it increases the evaporation also. So due to the air circulation, the vapor of liquid move away with the air easily, that lead to more evaporation. Okay, for this reason the hot milk is cool or hot tea is cool because of the flow of air. Next, humidity of air. So if humidity increases, then the evaporation is decreases. Okay, what is humidity? The water vapor present in the air. So in rainy season there are more water vapor is present. So it will take longer time to dry up the cloth. So if humidity increases, the evaporation is decreases. That's why the wet cloth take longer time in rainy season, because in rainy season the humidity of air is more. Okay, so these are the factor affecting the rate of evaporation. Next, the explanation of evaporation by kinetic theory of matter. Okay, as you know that what is evaporation? The evaporation take place only in liquid to vapor. Okay, the liquid means they are free to move anywhere within a boundary. Okay, so the molecules are freely moving within the liquid boundary. During its motion, maybe the molecules are collide with each other. So imagine this is one molecules moving this direction, other molecules moving in other direction. Due to the movement, they may collide. Due to the collide, some of the molecules increasing the kinetic energy, some of the molecules decreasing its kinetic energy. Okay, imagine these are the two molecules. They are collide. Due to the collision, maybe this molecule speed is increasing, this molecule speed is decreasing. If any molecule have a higher kinetic energy and it is on the surface, then it leave the liquid space to gaseous. So that is called evaporation. So the molecules are freely moving within the liquid. During motion may collide with another molecules and exchanging its energy. Some of the molecules may gain the energy or some of they are losing its energy. And third point, so molecule present at the liquid surface having a higher kinetic energy may escape from the open space above the liquid. So this is about the kinetic energy of a molecules in evaporation. Okay. Next, evaporation causes cooling. This is, you know that, isn't it? Take a nail polish remover and put it in your palm. Okay, after a few minutes you feel that cooling. So what happened? The nail polish remover can be evaporated. For evaporation they need a heat energy. So they are taking the heat energy from our body and evaporate. That's why we feel cool. So the evaporation causes cooling. In evaporation, it requires heat for conversion from liquid to vapor state. This heat is taken from the surrounding or the liquid surface. So the cooling caused by evaporation is called evaporating cooling. The cooling caused by the evaporation is called evaporating cooling. This can be studied by the activity. Take a thermometer with a stand. We are clamping the thermometer. Okay, this is one thermometer. Okay, you can draw it nicely. Okay, with the help of stand we can keep the two thermometer in this way. Okay, measure the temperature. This is room temperature, so the temperature may be 25 degrees Celsius. Now in this A thermometer, this is named as B. Okay, so take a muslin cloth and just cover it in the bulb of this B thermometer and move it like, keep it like this. And here we are take one beaker, and beaker is filled with some water. Okay, and after some time go and check the reading of two thermometer. This A remains in same, but B thermometer the level, the temperature is decreases. Why it decreases? Because here the cloth is spread wet with the water in a beaker. The water want to evaporate. For evaporating they are taking a heat from the surrounding. That's why the temperature in thermometer B is decreasing. So for evaporation they need a heat energy. This heat energy is taken from the surrounding or taken from the liquid surface. So the temperature in B thermometer is decreasing because of the evaporation of water from liquid to water vapor. Okay, so the cooling caused by evaporation is called evaporating cooling. Okay, now we go with some application of evaporation. The first application is during summer, water contained in an earthen pot gets cooled. Only in summer we are using the earthen pot or a clay pot, isn't it? Imagine this is the clay pot. So this clay pot having so many very small porous, okay. Through the porous, the water is seeps out and evaporate. So while the water is coming, seeps up through the hole and evaporate, they need a temperature. So they are taking a heat energy from the water. Okay, they are taking a heat energy from the water and evaporate. So that's why, so imagine from all they are taking a heat energy from the liquid inside the pot and evaporate. So the water gets cooled because of the evaporation of water. Okay. And next, we feel more comfortable under a fan when we are perspire. Okay, if we are feel so much of sweat is there, so we go and sit under the fan, isn't it? So what happened? The water is evaporated, the wet is evaporate. For evaporation they need a heat energy, so they are taking the heat energy from our body and it is evaporated along with the air flow, wind flow. That's why we feel more comfortable because we are feel cool under the fan when we are wet. Next, doctor advised to put a strip of wet cotton cloth on the forehead of a fever patient. That you may notice so many film we are seeing that if a person is fever, then we are putting a wet cloth on their forehead, isn't it? What happen if you are putting a wet cloth? If you are putting a wet cloth, the water want to evaporate from liquid to vapor. For evaporation they need a temperature, so they are taking a temperature of a person or a patient, so they feel cool because the temperature is reducing. Okay, that is very important because if a fever is go very high, they may moving to the some other problem. That's why we want to reduce the temperature of a patient by putting a wet cotton cloth on the forehead. Okay, next, to cool hot tea faster, we pour it from a cup into a saucer. You know that, isn't it? This is the cup and this is the saucer. Okay, this is cup. Okay, imagine this is the cup. Okay, and this is the saucer. If you want to cool it, what we are doing? We are pour the tea into saucer. Why? Because we are increasing the surface area. If the surface area increasing, the evaporation also increasing, so it gets cool very fast. Okay, and then during summer one should wear a cotton cloth. Why we are wearing a cotton cloth? Because cotton cloth also having so many holes in it. Through the holes the sweat is absorbed by the cotton cloth and it is evaporate. For evaporating they need a heat energy, so they are taking the heat from our body, so we feel cool while wearing a cotton cloth in summer. Next, antipyrine given to the patient causes and increase the rate of evaporation of sweat. So if you increasing the sweat want to evaporate, they need a heat. They are taking the heat from the patient, so it reduces the temperature of a patient. That's why it is giving a antipyrine tablet. Then during summer, air passing through a room cooler become cooler, isn't it? Nowadays we are using a cooler because it is so hot. Without cooler it is not possible to sustain our life in this summer and mainly in Rajasthan. Okay, so what happened? Imagine this is the cooler. Here we have pad is there, wet pad. If dry hot air is coming through the wet pad, the water want to evaporate. For that evaporation they need a heat energy. They taking the heat energy from this hot air. Okay, so the hot air is cooled and it is moved to our house. So that's why this air is very cooled. Okay, so these are the some of the application of evaporation. Okay, now we are going to see what is the difference between the boiling and evaporation. Both are looking like the same, isn't it? But we have some of the difference. This is the main point. Okay, boiling take place only at a definite temperature. only the temperature is reaches 100 degrees Celsius, then the boiling start. But evaporation takes place at any temperature below the boiling point. This is the first main difference between boiling and evaporation. Boiling takes place at a definite temperature, but evaporation takes place at any temperature below the boiling point. Next, it takes place throughout the mass of the liquid. Once the boiling starts, the full mass of the liquid start boiling, but evaporation takes place only at the surface. Third point, the temperature of a liquid remains constant in boiling. Okay, change of state happen. The temperature remains constant during the change of state, but it leads to fall in liquid temperature. Okay, that's why we feel cooling. And fourth point, the boiling is a rapid and violent. As we know that if the water is boiling, it is very fast, but evaporation is a slow and silent process. So the temperature remain constant, but here temperature falls. That's why here it feel cooling effect, but here it is a heating effect. These are the main difference between boiling and evaporation. Okay, up to this we are completed the chapter. So one of the student asking doubt about during the change of state, the kinetic energy is increasing or decreasing. The average kinetic energy remains same during the change of state. That's why the temperature remain constant at 0 degrees Celsius in melting and 100 degrees Celsius in boiling. So what happened? Imagine this is the molecule present in liquid. Maybe the kinetic energy of this molecule increasing and kinetic energy of other molecule may be increasing or decreasing. So all over the average kinetic energy remains constant, but the average potential energy is increasing during the change of state. Okay, during the change of state, the kinetic energy of a molecule may be increases or decreases, but the average kinetic energy remains constant. But average potential energy may be increases in change of state. Up to this we are completed the chapter. So I will send the question answer also along with this video. Thank you.